Good afternoon. My name's still Chris Brown. I'm still from Morgan's Financial, and we're here at the Noosa Mining Conference, and this is the first day of the 14th edition. I'm with Andrew McIlwain, the Managing Director of Investigator Resources. Investigator's main project at the current time is the Paris Silver Project. So it's in South Australia. Can I ask you about the Paris Project and South Australia?
Absolutely, and pleasure to be here with you, Chris. So, look, Paris is our main asset. As you said, it's based in South Australia. It's about 7-hour drive from Adelaide through Port Augusta, easy access. It's in an area that's not habitable lands and all those sorts of things that I look for now, where there's no rainfall, no conflicting land use. And over a period of time, we've defined a resource that's about $2.5 billion worth of silver in the ground.
And is that resource an open pittable resource, Andrew?
Absolutely, and we've completed the pre-feasibility study on the project a few years ago. It took us a little bit of time to clear the land with some traditional owners. We extended the resource, and we put a new resource out last year in July, 57 million ounces of silver, and that's underpinning our DFS that will be completed this quarter.
Andrew, the silver price is in the high $20 range. The gold price is in the low $2,000 range. When you're looking at a silver grade, how do you compare it with a gold grade, or can you compare it with a gold grade? What should people be looking for?
Sure, look, and I quite often refer people to the gold-silver ratio, which is historic. People have followed it. How much silver do I have to buy, or how many ounces of silver to buy the same equivalent value of gold? And that's continued to increase, and it's about 80 at the moment. It should be about 65. But what we're also seeing is the industrial demand for silver is really driving the silver price. And in fact, today, in Australian dollar terms, silver's about $46 an ounce. Great for us. I always talk Australian dollar terms because everything we'll do with the Paris project will be domiciled in $8. I've got a silver bar here, but we'll produce doré on site. We'll sell it to an Australian refinery. All of our costs will be in $8. So what's important for us is when we did the pre-feasibility study, we based our project on $34 Aussie, and our cost of production was a bit over $17, so quite a substantial margin. Today we're seeing $46, but our DFS we're basing on a $42 price. So it's a great time to be in silver. Huge increase in demand and consumption, and not a market change in production around the world.
I've actually got a mate, Phil Gresham, who's got a photo lab, mini lab, and the use of film in cameras sort of declined dramatically after about 2000 as everybody went digital. But he was saying now he's back to about 2002, 2003 film processing rates. So said that a lot of younger people are moving back into film. Is that evident in the silver consumption figures?
Look, it's not significant, but it's certainly noticeable. And you're right, there was the Kodak moment, obviously, and people moved to digital. But ironically, in some of the silver that's recycled to produce this bar, which I get done in a small refinery in Melbourne, comes out of X-ray film. So there's still some traditional, silver-based X-ray film that is being used. The significant consumption in silver is being driven by electric vehicles and solar panels. Every solar panel has an ounce of silver in it. Every electric vehicle has a couple of ounces of silver in it. So that's what's really driving demand at the moment.
And you've got a tungsten project in the Northern Territory. Can you tell us a little bit about that one? We've got both EQ Resources, a tungsten miner, and Group 6, got the King Island tungsten project in Victoria. So you've got a tungsten project. Where is that?
Sure, and look, and I won't embarrass them by talking about grades, but one of my learnings, and Chris, you know this only too well, is a single focused or single project company will have some challenges. Whilst we have some exploration ground around Paris, we're going to take about 18 months to get our project permitted through the South Australian mining lease and environmental process, and I wanted an alternate project to be involved in, and I know a little bit about the tungsten industry. I ran a tungsten mine in Spain for a while, and Molly Hill was available. We've done a joint venture earn-in with Thor Mining. We've earned our first 25%, and we did that by recasting the resource. We had a new resource out a couple of months ago, and we're doing a scoping study now. It's about a 3-hour drive from Alice Springs, northeast of Alice Springs, on the way out to the Jervoy project. Really reasonably accessible, and again, the hallmarks I look for in a project: no conflicting land use, no communities we have to move, no downstream water users.
So what can we look forward to from Investigator over the next, say, 12 months? More advances on the Molly Hill project and the Paris Silver project?
Yeah, sure. Look, we'll do some work on Molly Hill, but it's not our main game. Paris certainly is. This quarter, we'll complete the DFS, so we'll have the answer out about that. Importantly, about 80 kilometres to the east of Paris, we have some targets where 2 years ago we drilled 27 holes, 24 of them hit mineralisation. So we're going to be back in an area we call Morgans, chasing up silver and zinc intersections there. But Paris is our main game.
Thanks very much, Andrew. So, Investigator Resources, silver, with a little appendix maybe of tungsten in the future. There aren't all that many silver exposure stories in the Australian market. Obviously, South 32's got the Cannington mine, but standalone silver project, Investigator. Thanks very much.
Thank you. I didn't point you to our chart here where our share price simply follows the silver price.
If you do that, they won't go, oh shit, I should have bought there. It's all over.
Well, that's when we did the placement. So, thank you.
Excellent. Well done.